Hello, and welcome to our Cosmic Dream Sanctuary Study and Practice Group. This is Wednesday, January 26, 2022. It is 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is the very first study and practice group that we are offering, and it is offered sort of as a technical test, but also as a way to invite you into presence, into connecting in with yourself and your meditation practice. The way it'll work is there'll be a reading that is live broadcast here, as well as mindfulness meditation and visionary practice. After the live broadcast, which should go to about 5:30 or 5:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, you'll be invited to participate in a sharing and discussion circle on Zoom. So thank you for being here. Cosmic Dream Sanctuary is an ecumenical, interfaith, and open community of meditation, contemplation, and fellowship. Um, yep. The basic message here is that you are God dreaming you. So we use meditation, reading, contemplation, fellowship to develop ourselves so that we embody greater peace, love, and unity consciousness here and now on the earth for the benefit of all beings. We acknowledge the reality of the community of non-physical, celestial, angelic, extraterrestrial, elemental, or spirit beings as the many dream characters in the mind of God, which is truly your deepest and highest self. This study and practice group is offered in the tradition of mystic Christianity, Mahayana Buddhism, dream studies, CE5, quantum healing, and Western liberal arts. The service is ministered by me. The group is facilitated by me, excuse me. I'm Daniel Rekshan. I hold a bachelor's in Western liberal arts, a master's in East-West psychology, a certificate in hypnotherapy, in depth hypnosis, and a certificate in Beyond Healing. As well, I'm ordained in the Universal Life Church. So like I said, this will go out. This is going out live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Zoom. And I'll offer a quick reading and a guided meditation. And then afterwards, there'll be a sharing circle on the meditation and a discussion on the reading. So there's a big invitation to co-create this experience together. If you are inspired by the mixture of Mahayana Buddhism, Christianity, CE5, philosophy, and all these other things, I invite you to get in touch with me if you have any desires for how this space can better serve you. Let me know. So now I'll invite you into an opening meditation. And to start with the meditation, I'll invite you into just a posture of mindfulness. So that might be sitting with your spine erect. You might be, if you're in a chair, you are invited to sort of elevate your spine up and away from the back, if that's comfortable for you. And simply start to tune in with your breath. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it is totally fine and welcome. So we don't ask that you change anything. So if you're listening as you are, just be as you are. So you're totally welcome to do that. So I'll invite you into deeper breath. So allow your breath to flow in and flow out. inviting a sense of relaxation and presence. Right? This is a space where you can set aside any of the concerns you might have from the day, any of the tensions, that sort of thing. This is an invitation to connect in with energy, releasing things that don't work, to center within yourself, to ground, to reach out, connect to those different aspects of ourselves that are really of service to us here and now, like the angels, like the elementals, like these different aspects of terrestrial, extraterrestrial, celestial beings. So as you breathe more and more, relaxing deeper and deeper, I invite you to sense or feel or imagine that you are surrounded by white light. This white light is coming from all over, but especially from the center of our galaxy, especially flowing into our sun at the center of our solar system. And then let it flow into the top of your head. Let it flow all the way down, especially through your heart at the center of your being, all the way down to the root of your spine, all the way down to the center of the earth. So allowing this white light that you're sensing or feeling or simply imagining to connect heaven and earth in your body. And it's a really good time now to let go of anything that doesn't serve you, simply by letting this flow of white light take it into the earth, just like the earth receives compost, will receive whatever doesn't serve you here and now. So just letting that go into the earth, simply releasing. And now just allowing that new energy, new life force energy to really come back up into the base of your spine, to flow all the way up to your heart, letting it pump throughout your body in the way that your heart pumps blood, right? It can pump this new life force energy to wherever it's needed, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual places. This white light can flow. Now let this flow of white light go up and out of your head and surround you in a field of white light. This field of white light forms a sphere, an egg, or cocoon that protects you from anything that might do you harm. That serves as a perfect boundary between you and the outside. This boundary might be like the wall of a cell, right? Letting in that which is good, keeping out that which might not serve. So in this space of centered and grounded and protected presence, I invite you to open up to all aspects of yourself who are wise and well, who have your highest good as their intent. And these aspects of yourself may actually be something like ancestors or angels, star family, extraterrestrial beings, elementals, or any such guiding, protecting energy. Reach out to them. Invite them here in this space, in your hearts, right here on the earth, to help guide us together. Now, in this connected way, I invite you to start to let the white light harmonize your being, harmonize your frequency with that of the galaxy, with that of the earth, with all those beings who resonate with this sense of peace, love, and unity consciousness. I invite you to start to harmonize with that. And as you do, I invite you to simply imagine that this sphere of white light that is surrounding you is expanding to all the ones that you love, everyone in your home, all those beings that surround you, to everyone here in this space together, and finally to encompass the whole earth, the entire world, harmonizing in this field of white light. And then just simply let it go. Thank you. Let it go knowing that you are protected, you are centered, you are grounded, and you are so much more than just your conceptual mind. So in that way, you can let it go, knowing that you'll continue to experience protection and harmonization and grounding throughout the entire evening, all the way into your sleep and dreams. So now we'll shift into the reading. There's a couple quick readings. I offer this reading, which is from the Book of Galactic Light, the first chapter, that of Lil. The Book of Galactic Light was channeled to me actually in a ritual, a visionary ritual of connection, where I reached out to celestial intelligences actually to be of service to us here and now, to invite them to help us transition into the new earth. And what they provided was what they call the Book of Galactic Light. Is something like 30 chapters of communication about densities, about consciousness, about unity consciousness, about a natural portal system that connects different places in this earth and this earth with other systems, star systems. This is literally something like Stargate. And so they say that the Book of Galactic Light is a tome of navigation for those, the natural portal system. And I'm simply communicating this as a premise, a hypothesis. This is one of the reasons why I'm opening up this space of practice and study, is so that we can really bring in the new earth frequencies of love, peace, and unity consciousness. So in this reading, the angel of the Lord, who identified himself as Metatron, presented a book to me. And he said, "You must take this book. You must do this, bringing forth the love that is radiant and equal throughout the cosmos. To bring this into the new earth, each being must choose to receive this love and light that is radiant throughout this universe, which is the foundation of creation. It is freely given and equal. It is simply a choice to be more open to the notion of unity consciousness, to the notion that you yourself are God. You are this creator, experiencing different ways, of course. But to have that habit, a course of thought, to be more open than closed, more towards this notion of unity consciousness, of empathy, of love and forgiveness, than of aggression. This is what the Shining One says as he invites me to take this book." So now let's shift into a space of mindfulness meditation where you can practice being more open than closed to your own experience and the wisdom of your own experience. I would hope and pray that your own experience leads you to greater peace, love, and unity consciousness. So mindfulness meditation is simply a way of establishing a habit of presence by focusing the attention, your single-pointed attention or concentration, on the sensation of breathing. And we use breath because it's always with us. We're not calming the mind, we're not clearing the mind, we're not entering into a state of enlightenment, although those are actually side effects of this practice. We are simply practicing being more open than closed, being present. And you can do that simply by tuning in to this natural posture of awakenment and enlightenment. That is, with a straight spine, grounded on your root, on the base of your spine, letting your spine kind of stack up. You might be on the floor, sitting on the floor like a Buddha. You might be on a chair. You may even be laying down or walking, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I invite you now to deeper presence and to practice being mindful of your breath as it flows in and flows out. Just allowing your breath flow in and flow out naturally. You can apply your awareness to your breath by paying attention to the sensation of your stomach moving in and out, to the feeling of breath as it flows in and flows out of your nostrils or your mouth. We'll be in this state for a few moments. So I invite you to find an experience of mindful relaxation and presence. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking is totally fine. You might be distracted, you might be in a feeling. Wherever you are, that's totally fine. And that actually is an invitation to come back to the practice of being present. Just a few more breaths here together. Mindfully breathing, simply by placing our attention on the sensations of our body as we breathe, using any thoughts or distractions or feelings to remind us of our practice and the habit of coming back to the awareness of breath. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll move into the next and final reading tonight, which is that of the Heart Sutra. This is called the Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge. This is a sutra is really just a text. It's sort of like a Sanskrit word for scripture, and it is generally chanted and generally conveys a bit of the Dharma. Dharma is a word for truth or teaching, and these are like understood to be the words of an enlightened being, of a Buddha. And so the Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge is central to the Mahayana Buddhist practices. Mahayana Buddhism uh, is the type of Buddhism, it is the practice and philosophy of Buddhism that sees the entire world to be empty of concept, right? The concept being self and other, me versus that, pain versus pleasure, right? We Mahayana Buddhism looks into that and says, there's no actual solid sense of me. There's no actual solid sense of you in this world happening in reality. Therefore, something is happening, right? But what is that? Well, that is the interpenetration of samsara, which is this world of illusion and suffering, and nirvana, which is the world of enlightenment and awareness. So it's the interpenetration of the two. This Heart Sutra comes about in context of Hinayana Buddhism, which is also referred to as like the lesser vehicle, Mahayana being the greater vehicle. It's not worse or better, but the Hinayana Buddhism is really dedicated to the practice of the mindfulness meditation that we just did, so that your individual consciousness gets out of the wheel of reincarnation, that you can really transcend that and achieve a sense of enlightenment. The motivation of Hinayana Buddhism really is the cessation of personal suffering. So I'm sick of being in this world. I'm sick of reincarnating. I'm sick of experiencing this sense of suffering, and therefore I will practice meditation in order to alleviate that suffering for myself. The sense of Mahayana Buddhism still holds that as core, but uses service to others as a skillful means, understanding that the heart is actually motivated by being of service to others. And in that way, we commit to a practice of service to others as a way to motivate ourselves on the path. So it's a beautiful sort of win-win situation. The sutra it conveys a lot of words, and we can go into it later in the group. But I'll just read it now in a sort of chanting style, so that you have a feeling for it. You don't have to track everything with your mind, with your concepts. You can just simply be present in the way you were present with your breath flowing in and flowing out. The Sutra of the Heart of Transcendent Knowledge. Thus have I heard once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with a great gathering of the Sangha of monks and a gathering of the Sangha of Bodhisattvas. That time the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dharma, called profound illumination, and at the same time noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound prajnaparamita, saw in this way he saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said to Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice the profound prajnaparamita? Addressed in this way, noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Shariputra, O Shariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound prajnaparamita should see in this way, seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form, emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Shariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dharmas, no I dhatu up to, no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dharmas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to, no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of prajnaparamita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and could attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the three times by means of prajnaparamita fully awakened to unsurpassable, true, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajnaparamita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known as true, since there is no deception. The Prajnaparamita is said in this way: Om Gate Gate Para Samgate Bodhisva. Thus Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, should train in the profound prajnaparamita. Then the Blessed One arose from that samadhi. Praise noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is, O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice the profound prajnaparamita, just as you have taught, and all the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Shariputra and noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, that whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, rejoice and praise the words of the Blessed One. So just keeping awareness, mindful breathing patterns, this sense of presence and awakenment, this sense of continual habit of coming back to the sensation of breathing. Just keeping keeping connected to that, we're going to shift into our visionary practice experience. This is a way to use what we sometimes call as trance to enter into a state of connection with wisdom, sources of healing, insight, and transformation in our life. So the visionary practice might sound exotic, right? Trance might sound exotic, but we all go into trance all the time. Right? This sense of daydream, this sense of reverie, this sense of being distracted, actually distracted in meditation. You practice trance very perfectly just then in terms of meditating and being present, and perhaps even while hearing the Sutra of Transcendent Knowledge, you might have been distracted and started thinking about something else. That really is an experience of trance. So, in these practices, we choose to align that kind of experience to a sense of relaxation, a sense of opening up to imagination and visionary experience. And the sense of visionary, right, is really a fiction. The sense that of seeing something, and that's a fiction. It's an ease. It's a convention of language that we use. Many people do not see anything when they have experiences. Many people use imagination or words or feelings. In that way, I'm going to invite you to start to breathe deeper and deeper, knowing that this visionary experience will only take a few moments, actually, that will touch into an imagination, a feeling that has a communication, that has a message for you here and now, a frequency or something like that. Just allowing your breath to flow in and flow out naturally. I invite you to invite deeper relaxation in your body by closing your eyes if that's comfortable or available to you. Simply imagining yourself feeling more relaxed, and you can do that by tuning in to the sensation of gravity in your body. You can do that by breathing in through the nose deeply and out through the mouth a few times. So now we're going to establish the intention for this visionary practice, and that is really for all of us to connect in with our deeper or highest self. And this self has only our highest and best as its intent. It acts according to the principles of non-harm. It respects your free will because it is you, right? And it is the expression of enlightened activity. It is the spark of divinity within you. It is an expression of source consciousness. So we're going to touch into that by using our imagination, by using visionary practice. Right? And we're actually going to practice the sense of emptiness, the sense of shunyata, the sense of transcendent knowledge, the Heart Sutra. And we are going to invite the presence of a guide, an aspect of yourself, a teacher, right? You can do that simply first by imagining yourself in a place in nature where you felt safe and at peace. So this might be forest, this might be a field, this might be a beach. And we do this just to start the imagination, right? You can start up the imagination and start to explore what it's like to be in this place in nature. Because we're going to start then to invite the presence of this aspect of yourself. And start by just paying attention to what it might feel like. You can sense or feel or imagine, daydream what it's like to be in that place in nature. Right? Is it light or dark where you're at? Is it warm or cold? Are a lot of things happening? Is it quiet? What does it feel like to be you in that place in nature? Just use your imagination. Use your natural visionary or clairsentient or different faculties of knowing. If you get distracted, you can simply come back to the sound of my voice. You can simply come back to the sensation of breathing. In a moment, I'm going to count to 3. And when I reach the number 3, you will be in the presence of that aspect of yourself who has your highest good as its intent, who acts according to the principle of non-harm, and who has a message or a gift for you that would be of service to you here and now. When I reach the number 3, you'll be in the presence of that aspect of yourself, this guide, teacher, ally, knowing that it could take the form of an angel, an ET, an animal, an ancestor, uh, an experience of color, light, sound, a feeling, right? Knowing all those things. But I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to invite that this being, right, this aspect of yourself be a little challenging to you, perhaps as a monster from a nightmare, right? Perhaps as an image of a being, like an extraterrestrial being that may have scared you in the past, or of a fierce elemental, right? Something like this, so that you actually have the practice of opening up in a sense of unity consciousness, in a sense of knowing that there's not them and us, not good or bad, right? This is that practice. So one, knowing that your intention really does form a beautiful container of protection for you. 2, calling forth the presence of this guide or teacher or ally that does have your highest good as its intent, acts according to the principle of non-harm, the cosmic law of one, but who may have had a challenging appearance or an experience with you in the past through dream or other extraordinary phenomena. And 3, stepping into the presence of this being, allowing yourself to find equilibrium and stability in the meditation practices we've done. Coming back to the breath, just explore what it's like to be with this being. Explore this being. Who is this to you? What do they look like? It might be a humanoid, it might be an animal, it might be an energy. Whatever it is, that's perfect. If you don't have anything, just use your imagination. That's perfectly valid. Just take a few breaths here with that being, exploring what that being is like in your presence. And then just ask for the gift or message that it has for you. And you might receive that in the form of a communication, a knowing, a feeling, a frequency, a shift in the environment, a prompt, a desire for a different imagination, or some such thing. Whatever you're experiencing is perfect. Just receive that gift or message or communication. Receiving it now, deeper and deeper, more and more, knowing that you can really and truly accept this message or gift or communication because this being ultimately is you. That you are this being and you are all beings, everywhere, all at once, at the same time. You are ultimately source consciousness, divine mind, all things everywhere at once. And therefore, you can simply accept this gift or message from this being. Taking a few breaths here to receive it deeper and deeper, more and more, and conclude your interaction with this being. Take a moment and express your gratitude for the message or gift. Thank you. Especially take a moment of expressing gratitude for yourself. Thank you for your being here. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for your courage in that experience. And just come back to the sensation of breathing in your body. Continuing to engage in this practice of mindful breathing, mindful presence. Thank you. So to conclude this section of tonight's group, we'll just engage in the closing contemplation, extending gratitude to all those beings here and now who are participating in our experience, right? Thanking yourself for being here, right? Making any commitments that you might want to make to yourself, to others, to engage in this practice of being more open than closed, right? Committing to that, and extending any invitation that you want to those aspects of yourself who can make contact with you in dreams, and extraordinary experiences, and guidance, and synchronicity, and omen, simply by saying yes. Yes, I want to work with the greater community that surrounds me in densities and dimensions that are seen and unseen. Yes, I want to work with the terrestrial intelligences that express themselves through animal and plant life. Yes, I want to participate with the beautiful flow of energy from the earth that leads to healing, insight, transformation. Yes, extend those invitations. Yes, thank you. And then I'll simply offer this chant, the dedication of merit. The merit is any good karma, actually, that we have generated together by practicing. And we let that merit go and we let it flow throughout the universe so that it's of benefit to others. So, by this merit, may all obtain omniscience. May it defeat the enemy wrongdoing from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. So I'll continue with some invitations. And as I do, you're welcome to come into the Zoom room. You can get there by going to cosmicdreamsanctuary.org/group. There's also links in the YouTube and Facebook chat of the live stream. So if you liked what we did tonight and want to join the Cosmic Dream Sanctuary family, just go to cosmicdreamsanctuary.org/join. There's a little bit of info about processes and an intake form that you can let me know how I can serve you in holding this space of sacred communion and fellowship. I'd love to promote lightnet.org and exometaverse.org. This is a citizen science platform that I am co-founding, and LightNet is coming in a few months. We're working with a team of developers to make it a reality. Exometaverse is active. There are hangouts every other Thursday night, and there's a citizen science effort, so you can report your experiences and things like that there. That explicitly is about ET contact and contact with this greater reality of consciousness. You can connect with dream practices and mindfulness exercises through the Dreamwell app that I'm a co-founder of as well. That is at dreamwellbewell.com. There's a dream journal, there's prompts, there's guidance around mindfulness, meditation, and sleep practices. There's also beautiful sleep sounds and music my brother's has made. So love if you downloaded that and worked with that if that's a great path for you. Finally, I invite you to envision with me and my family a physical place called Starseed Portal Space, sometimes we call it the ET Birth Ranch. So this is Starseed Birth Ranch, and that really the notion is that we can create a physical space together, a physical sanctuary space that we can literally raise our vibration up so that higher vibrational, celestial, and terrestrial beings can really meet with us, right? So we see that they are engaging with us through the starseed phenomenon, through the contact phenomenon. We understand that the vibration that we hold is really impactful. So we're envisioning a space, a physical space of an acreage where we can really raise that vibration up and create these beautiful portals. We've got the Sunday service coming up at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. You can get info about that at cosmicdreamsanctuary.org/fellowship. I offer spiritual counseling, hypnosis, and dream services on a one-time or ongoing basis by donation. Info is at cosmicdreamsanctuary.org/session. And like I said, you can join the family by simply filling out a form and letting me know how I can serve you better. So join us for a discussion about the experience tonight at cosmicdreamsanctuary.org/group. There's a button there you can click to get the Zoom link. Also check out the chat of YouTube or Facebook if you're on there to get the link to the Zoom. Once again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate that people listen and participate and are opening up to the message that unity consciousness is real, that it is of benefit to work with. So thank you very much.